Hello friends, welcome to my kitchen. I'm Karen Trejo from Sweet Nibble, and today I'm going to share with you one of our most traditional and emblematic recipes of bread, the Pan de Muerto. Pan de Muerto is a product that you will find all around Mexico in the bakeries during this season, because in this season we celebrate and we remember all our relatives that has passed away. If you compare the Pan de Muerto with any kind of product that you can find in Europe, you will maybe find it similar to a brioche dough. Okay, so it's a very elastic dough. It's a little bit complicated to do it at home, but don't be afraid. Try to do it, and believe me, it's gonna work. Okay, the ingredients that we will need for this recipe are very simple and you can get them everywhere. So, of course, the first one is flour, regular flour, the one that you get in the supermarket, wherever. After, we will need milk, eggs, sugar, regular sugar, standard sugar, butter, vanilla extract, and orange blossom for the aroma, salt. We will need an orange. We will get the skin, and we will get also the juice, and the final product is the yeast. Okay, let's get this recipe started. I'm gonna use this mixer. You can do it also by hand, but honestly it will take you a lot of time and a lot of energy, so if you can use this machine, I recommend to you to save some time. Okay, we will start with the flour. We'll put it on the bowl. We will put the yeast inside, the orange juice, the milk, all the liquids inside, the eggs, the vanilla extract, orange blossom. The only ingredients that I didn't put inside were the salt, the sugar, and butter. These ingredients we're going to put it slowly, to incorporate slowly, in order to make the dough more easy to work with. Okay? And we start the mix. It's gonna be a recipe that will take around 30 minutes mixing. Imagine if you do it by hand, it's gonna take very long. So just start to mix it, and it will start to hydrate our flour. Once the flour starts to hydrate, we will put the salt. It's important that the salt doesn't touch the yeast, otherwise we will start to melt it, and we will get a very slow result of the yeast. And then we add the sugar. Slowly. The orange zest. It's important that you mix it in a slow speed. You start like that, and after we're going to increase it slowly. The last ingredient that we will put will be the butter. Why? Because we don't want it to melt. We don't want it to get like very warm inside, and it's important that it goes slowly into this kind of dough. okay? As I told you before, it's similar to a brioche. So a brioche normally takes time to mix, you need patience, and really you need time to do this kind of bread, okay? Don't get scared if you see that it's not mixing like very fast. You really need to give the time to mix it slowly and incorporate every ingredient at this precise time, okay? So you see, here we already have a mix, okay? Once you have this mix, you start to incorporate the butter. The butter can be room temperature, but not too warm. You take it out from the fridge when you start the recipe, and you will get the right temperature when you get it to this point. Okay. Also, the other ingredients like eggs or the milk, I highly recommend that you start using it cold when you take it out from the fridge directly. Why? Because you don't want that your dough gets very warm. The final temperature that you will need in this kind of dough will be 25 degrees Celsius. That is the perfect temperature to work with this dough and to proof it slowly, not too fast, okay? Okay, we have been around 15 minutes kneading, mixing this dough. As you can see, it's already not that sticky as you saw it at the beginning, because it took just time, okay? When you see this texture, it's not so sticky. Then we got it done. So here it is, our dough. Okay, soft, and we will just try to give a last help with our hands. It doesn't get stick anymore in the table, so that's a good sign. Okay, at this point we have our dough ready. It's not sticky anymore, it's very soft, smooth. You can see small bubbles of air already inside of it. And when you put it in your working table, it doesn't get stiff. So this is a good dough, okay? You just wrap it, make a small ball like this. And you put it into a bowl. I put some spray oil on it. Just leave it there. We wrap it and leave it in a room temperature, but in a place of your house that is a little bit warm, and leave it rest for about 1 hour. Okay. This dough has been already 1.5 hours. You can see it already start proofing, not too much, it was slowly because we got the right temperature, okay? We'll put it on the table again. Push it a little bit. And then we do like a square, and we start to divide. Normally, if you have a good dough, you don't need any oil, you don't need any flour, okay? Just like that. And we will divide it. We will need to divide it into pieces, like individual pieces. I would recommend that. And the way we can do it is just cutting it. If you don't have a scale, you just try to cut it into similar pieces, okay? If you had it, it's better. You can weigh it in 50 grams. Pieces of 50 grams. And then you will need a small piece of 30 grams for the bones and the head, okay? Yes, this is good. Okay, we have our Pan de Muerto ready here in our tray. I put a little bit more of egg wash on top, just in the bones. And now we need to proof it. So what we will do is to improvise a little bit of proofer. So we put the oven is off, and on bottom we just put a tray with boiling water. Okay, so it will give some humidity inside and it will warm a little bit more the oven, and we keep it there. It has been already 1.5 hours inside our home proofer, and you see you have already the size to bake them. So they are ready. Now we're gonna preheat our oven to 165 degrees Celsius, and we put it inside for about 15 minutes, okay? There, and there it goes. So it has been already 15 minutes inside the oven. You can see the color. Just take them out and smell. It really smells delicious. Now that it's cold, we are going to decorate it. The way that we decorate it, it's with melted butter, more butter inside, so it's gonna be really delicious. We brush it everywhere. Try to put enough butter. Don't be afraid of it. In all the corners with the brush till you get it like this, and then we just cover with more sugar, just like this. To take out the excess of it, and you get it. Hey friends, well, you already have the recipe for Pan de Muerto, so try it at home and tag us to let us know the result. Please do it. It's a delicious bread. You can do it at home. Thank you.